to the Elsewhere Podcast with Kat.
It's the Elsewhere Podcast. Welcome to the Elsewhere Podcast, where we talk about all the things and meet all the people, do all the stuff.
You want us to do an intro for you?
She's doing the intro.
That's literally, that's good. That's pretty much, you're lucky I got an intro at all.
I didn't ruin it now.
No, you didn't ruin it. Told you, I could do all the things. I tell myself, I'm like, Kat, don't put that in there. So when I catch myself on the screen like this, I know to like...
That's good.
But no, so I want you guys to introduce yourself. This is Hollow Intent. These are my friends. These are people that I really rock with. These are people that their music is, pretty badass.
This heartbeat, anxiety makes its round. So scared to be me and getting lost in the crowd. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Been fighting this for too long just to give it up. Now on my own, I'll bear the weight of this sinking.
What up?
You go first.
First?
Yeah.
My name's Keith Johnson. I'm the drummer. I'm from here with all these guys. That's about it.
I'm Nick Lyons. I play guitar, and we're all from the same place.
Yeah.
We're all...
I'm from my mom.
Yeah, Matt, bassist, backing vocals, and here from Wilmington as well.
And I'm Will. I do vocals and guitar, and just like them, I'm from here.
Oh, we're all from here originally?
Originally, I'm from California.
Yeah, I'm from Raleigh, but
Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina.
We're just all gonna say we're here.
We're here.
Turns out we're all from somewhere else.
Right. These are just the dudes from another tube. It's cool.
So North Carolina, everyone except for him is North Carolina at least.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. That's it.
Dude from another. I said these are just my dudes from another tube.
Two dudes.
No, but I'm glad to have you guys on because, like I said, I've known Nick for a minute or two, like just a couple of minutes, and I've been following kind of what he's been doing, and he's been telling me about this project that he's got going on, and he's been really excited about it for quite a while, and so I've been excited for to see what you guys got, and I will tell you right now, so far I'm pretty impressed. Everything that you made it seem like it was gonna be, it absolutely is. So. Kudos for not being a lion's sack of shit, but
I get it. I see what you did.
Did that set the tone really well? Did that kind of make it how, like, the level of what the fuckery that can happen? Okay, because I'm just making sure. If I offended anyone.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're good. Maybe the listener is offended. We're not.
Nick will just cry when we're done. It's cool.
I'm gonna do that anyway.
But no, so tell me. So you guys all obviously are in the same place at the same time. So you obviously are physically in person. Because some people, their groups aren't necessarily all located in the same place. So that's actually, in this day and age, that's a thing.
We tried it.
But how did you guys decide that this is the group that you were looking for?
So
how did it come about?
So I took a break from the previous lineup for like a year and a half or so. Took a step back, and then Nick and I were trying to help this other guy out in his project, and it just wasn't fitting. So I took him and the current bassist who was trying out as well as drummer, and I was like, look, it's an all or nothing thing. Like, you guys want to do it or not? Because I'm not going to waste my time, and I don't want you to waste yours. And they're like, yeah, we're all for it. So then it just got to where we're at now. So fast forward, you have Matt and Keith. our previous drummer lives in Nashville, but he had tons of obligations he had to tend to and stuff like that. So they actually went and were able to find Keith. So, which was nice because previously it's always been like, okay, Will, what are you gonna do? Like there's all this pressure that's on me to take care of it all, and they handle everything. So it's, we all had our suggestions as drummers to what we're going to do, and everybody was like, hey, this guy right here. So,
Metallic.
Yeah, Metallic Keith.
Metallic.
He's like Hetfield mixed with Alan Jackson mixed with the Dahmer glasses. Like,
Oh,
you brought that in.
oh,
No! Take that one out.
oh, don't eat me.
just your head.
Keep
No,
that in.
we got to this point, and it's been fluid ever since. And even though we haven't had any shows together that's out there, we just the writing process, the group chats, the hanging out and stuff like that. Like everything's just been fluid. It's been nice. So
Band of brothers.
Well, and that's important. I mean, from everybody that I've spoken to, I mean that matters.
Years. Many
And people change band members all the time. I mean, it is a thing. It happens. Things come up. People get
check that
they get
out.
other opportunities. They get other things that they need to take care of. They get, life changing, whether it be their family or they choose to step back or they focus on something else. Or sometimes the dynamic changes and things just don't fit anymore. And it's not easy to change, but it's necessary sometimes to grow and change and like do something different. But when you get that group that makes sense, it's harmonious. It just meshes together. It's like it's a good fit. You know what I mean? And you've got to be able to have that where you can rely on each other for the things you need to get done. So like you have to be able to say, look, I can't handle this right now. You guys need to take care of this and know they're going to do it. And in your best interest and their own, of course.
That's literally what happened because I was like, I don't have the time to even look for anybody. I don't know anybody right now. Like,
I knew.
and they were just like, we'll do it. I was like,
I knew Keith.
fly, birdie, fly. Just fly away.
I was like, I know this guy. He's really, really good.
No, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Like, things change, is it always nice to think about, like, oh, I'm going to stick with the same people, Very rarely does a band have that anymore, Seven does, same members,
Exactly.
right? Like, since the beginning, like, but I don't know of any other band aside from that. Even Metallica didn't have the same members. So, like, yeah, so I mean, like, it's always a pipe dream to have that, of course, so,
That's why I said it takes years to find the right group of guys. All of us have been doing it for a long time.
Mhm.
All of us have never been in a group that is this group. In many ways, that fits in lots of definitions.
Yep.
Well, see, and that's another aspect of it is because people seem to think. I've known a lot of people that come right out the gate and either they decide at 40 years old or they decide at 20 years old and they're like, look, I'm going to make a go of it. And they're like, oh my God, why isn't it working? And it's like, you don't understand. And actually, I had someone tell me once, and they're like, you've got to put in, what's the word? I can't think of it. You have to put in your dues, like a 10-year, like doing this. Like you've got to do the work, and you've got to do it, and perfect your craft. If you think that out the gate, okay, sure, you can be amazing, but if you're not working on it and, getting better, then what are you doing? And for anyone to think that for someone's entire lifetime, that every single person, I'm not talking one person, I'm talking like 5 people, 4 people, whatever, are going to be doing the same thing consistently and nothing's ever going to change and that's going to work out no matter what throughout all life changes and everything that happens is absolutely ludicrous.
Must grow.
I mean, it's cool if that happens to some people, yay for them, but it's just not a thing. At least that I've seen, it's just not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes people's priorities change, and vocalists will be like, well, I was told by my doc that I can't scream anymore, and so I've got to change this, which changes the entire outfit of the
Right.
band. Yeah, that's just life. Sometimes people can adapt, sometimes they don't, and that's just at that point, it's business. It's nothing personal.
Well, that's the key to a really good group dynamic is understanding that though your relationship with each other can in and of itself be personal and a friendship and a group, dynamic, when it comes down to it, it's a business.
Yep.
Your music, what you're putting out on YouTube, what you're putting on Spotify, what you're putting on Apple, when you go on tours, if you do shows, the merch that you put out, all of that is a business. And if you don't have at least one person that is approaching it 100% with those goggles on and seeing it as a business, I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Like even this, what I'm doing is a business. Bottom line, what I do when I help other people is a business. It's networking and relationships and, making sure that I pick the right songs when I request them to make sure that every time I show up, it's going to be a good one. Do you know what I mean? If you notice, people will say, "Ooh, it's Kat. Okay, what you got for me?"
Yep.
Because they know, it's curated.
Yep.
And it's not taking away from the art by thinking of it as a business. It's intelligent and it's mature and it helps you keep longevity. I hate that word because I can't pronounce it right.
But in other words, it sounds like you not only like Nick, but you truly like Hollow Intent.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I know, but
Well, yeah.
what I'm saying,
We're here because she doesn't like us.
no.
I want to. I'm here to
song
troll
spoke to
you.
The song spoke to you.
Well, yeah. I don't. Okay, so I don't put forward people that I don't fuck with their music. Like that's not a thing. And I don't mess with people's music or songs. I'm not okay. So, but no, my whole shtick is like, of course, I network and I meet people, right? And so there's some people that I might meet a member, for example, and I'm like, I like what you do. I think you're a cool person. We talk or whatever, right? I support you. I'll share your stuff. I'll like your content, whatever. But I'm not an artist person. I'm that person that just because an artist puts out a song doesn't mean I'm going to play it on repeat just because.
Right.
That's not a thing for me. So I have to actually like the music and like the song if I'm going to put it forward. You're not going to see me putting something that is not my vibe, that I'm not sitting in the background going, "Fuck yeah, look at them. They love it too. Hell yeah. Go check them out, man. These guys are great." I'm not doing that fake. That's not fake. So if I like the music and I like what you guys are doing, even if I don't know you personally yet, then I'm fucking with what you're putting out. I mean, that's the bottom line. This project in and of itself, are you guys in like album mode? Are you in putting out content to the level that you're going to start like doing shows, or are you like looking to do shows? Like kind of where is your projection going in like the near 6 months to a year at this point?
So because there was a pretty big lull between the last show and then up to the point of releasing, it's important for us to really get that momentum going. And in this day and age, there's a lot of free tools, aka social media, things like that if you take the time to do the research and do the A/B testing of ads and everything like that prior to going out, you can make your shows more successful. So, and the idea behind us playing shows was I didn't want to do a whole bunch of local shows because it would cost us the same amount of money as if we were to quote unquote buy onto a tour and get more exposure in a shorter amount of time with the same amount of money. So it's about spending your money wisely together and then being able to turn around and reap the benefits of that. So with that being said, we do have the EP that we have recorded that's all lined up and ready to be released in succession every 6 weeks. So It's literally every 6 weeks on the dot. So May 17th, June 28th, etc., so on and so forth. So all the way until October, and then that's when the EP releases. So we've got some dates in October when it comes to shows. We can't really say much of anything else in the way of that. But we do have some dates in October. Right now, we're just at the point of I'm pretty confident in the fact that, if we were asked to go play live, a month from now, I think that we could do it.
Right.
Without hesitation. But one of the biggest things we want to make sure we have is, not just, you can go out there, you can have your music down, but, we want to have a good show.
Right.
That's a big thing. A good show is, we can sit here and practice and jam out all day, but you got to have a good show. You got to be able to know what to expect, and selling physical items. We're in the process of acquiring physical merchandise, so everything we have right now is all up digitally and drop shipping. So as of right now, we are about to begin the writing process on stuff for next year. We've already been talking about it, discussing it, like the idea of it, and then so I'm assuming that probably any shows that come about, we'll probably try to jump on or anything like that. But as far as anything that's super planned, October right now, I know we have solidified date and range, but that's all that I can say about that. So.
No, I completely understand. Are you looking to, if you're looking to do live shows, are you looking for people to work with?
As far as bands or promoters or both, or we're always down to collaborate and figure out what would be best for everybody. Obviously, we're not gonna drive to Montana for $100. So
right.
There's an expense portion there, but if
like Canada.
we have to get our passports.
And you'll see it when you hear my intro song, which was written by As the Structure Fails, who are my guys. They're my buddies. But they're a metal band up in Canada.
Yeah, I think we just need to get our passports, and that'll take, if we jump on it now, it'll take a couple months, but...
Yeah, it's a possibility it might happen.
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I'm one of those people that, we're going to do get this. I know these really cool people.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool on that kind of a, bill, the show.
Yeah,
I'm that person. Like, I was like, hey, check them out,
Yeah, we're always down to entertain any sort of opportunity, and if it works out in the cards for everybody. So if you were to come to me and say, hey, can we put a show together in September? It might cut it close as far as getting the passports go, kind of thing. Unless they already have them, then we could, arrange it for the opposite way around. But it just depends on the time frame and when you're asking and all that. But we always entertain all the possibilities. So.
No, I get that. I know, for some reason, I know lots and lots of people in Canada. Like, who knew?
I wonder why.
Who knew there's all these people in Canada? I'm just kidding.
Hey.
Climate's getting better. It's getting warmer up there for us.
Well, no, here's okay, so this is the stupidest thing in the whole world. I was last year old when I realized that people lived on the Pacific coast of Canada too. On that side of the whole country.
They actually go up a little higher over there too than on the...
Like Vancouver and all that?
Yeah, I guess. I thought everybody was above New York.
I mean, there's a good chunk of it there. You're mathematically speaking, yes.
Most of it.
But see, all the ones I've been meeting all live in the Pacific time zone, and I'm like,
that's crazy, right?
Where are you? And they're
The
we all
Beer
live
Union's
here.
from over on the west side. The Beer Union, that band, they're over from the west side of Canada.
There's a lot of people, and then every time I think I know what side of Canada people are from, they're not. I'm really bad at geography. I was last year old when I learned that Hawaii wasn't by Florida.
Oh my God.
Hawaii wasn't.
I guess I thought Cuba was Hawaii or something. I am not an idiot by any means, but geography, it makes no sense. They're like, go west. I'm like, towards the McDonald's, you mean? Because that's the directions I understand. I don't do this. Which direction am I facing? No.
What's the sun doing?
Yeah. It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, I do know where the sun rises and sets. Like, I'm not a complete idiot, and I'm smart about other things, but geography, I just don't
I mean,
care.
at least you're smart in music taste. I'm just saying.
No, thank you. See, I don't need geography for that.
Not in this digital world.
You didn't need a map to find us.
Exactly. I do go to shows if they're in town, though. I've gone to metal shows with friends of mine and met them in person, so that's fun.
Gotta
My
support
daughter,
the
my
team.
10-year-old went, and she had to have her earplugs in
Aw,
so that she could be at the metal show. It was
We should too, though.
I do.
and I forgot who it was. I know it was Tulip, and it was Dropout Kings and
A dropout king.
fuck, I forgot the headliner. I'm such an asshole. It was their 20 year
That was the show
Anniversary.
You took your daughter to?
Hmm?
That was the one you took your daughter to?
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's got pictures with Dropout Kings, and she
Oh
met
my
Ash
goodness.
from
So
Tulip.
this
Yeah.
little girl right here is a
Uh-huh.
huge Hollow Intent fan. I just happened to be in Greenville one time in North Carolina, and they were like right down the street, and I had no idea they were there. And I messaged where I was. I just put it off on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, we're down here," and she got all kinds of excited. That little girl on a
Aw.
school night, I did a show up in Richmond, Virginia, and they drove, I think, almost 2 hours on a school night so she could come watch us. It was pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, that was mine's first concert.
Oh.
That's cool.
So she got all kinds of free merch from the bands and stuff.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
Because they're like, of all the concerts you could have gone to, you chose us as your
That's
first.
cool,
Like,
yeah.
That's what it's about right there.
and they
people remember that
signed that
forever.
on everything.
Yeah.
It was great.
That was
She got
priceless.
pics. She got a drumstick. She got shirts. She got stickers. She
What a
got.
beautiful moment.
That was great. She thought she was all salty when we first got there, like, what are we doing here? And then she's like,
Aw.
she was up there like, yeah. I have there's pictures on my Instagram of it. It's hilarious. She was rocking out. It was great. But no, so I'm just curious. Okay, so you guys have an EP lined up for later this year. You're going to be releasing songs every 6 weeks.
Yep.
Now, I already know the answer to this, but just for fun, for people who don't know the answer, you're welcome.
No.
So compared to the song that I've been pushing around, which is Rise, obviously, is your next couple songs, are they going to be heavier? Are they going to be softer? Are you going more R&B? Like,
So
that's the thumbnail right there.
so Rise, in my opinion, out of all the songs that are on there, which is why we released it first, was it encompassed everything altogether, like different parts of the EP together. So it's got the heaviness and the melodic and all this stuff, right? So
Right.
the next song is going to be a first for me, releasing something that is like 99% screaming, so, and growling and stuff like that. So it's just, that song is it's just a giant dick swing, honestly. Like, really, that's what it is. Like, right, exactly. Like helicopter. It's like literally just,
Pilot's license.
But no, like that song. So Wannabe, Wannabe is, it's just basically about like two-sided friendships and the shallowness of it, right? And which equates to jealousy of a person. And then, the next song after that, The Fight, that one is very similar in as far as depth and technicality, like Rise. So Rise and The Fight were actually written at the same time. Wannabe and Unchained were written at the same time. And then Thank You and I Don't Care were written at the same time.
Wow.
And then there was one that I brought in separately. That was a slower song that's going to be on there. But most of the songs are like, it's a very dynamic EP, honestly. Like,
Good.
You have Rise and The Fight,
Good.
which are similar, like that metalcore, like Bullet for My Valentine meets Breaking Benjamin style, and then I Don't Care is like very Chevelle, Glassjaw style.
Seven Dust too.
Yeah, Seven Dust is like sprinkled in all of this stuff. Like, there's all kinds of different influences in there, so it's they like in terms of heaviness, like it's very subjective, but I'd say the meanest song that we have is coming out next. That's the meanest.
I was gonna say 99% screams and growls is probably gonna be what I would put into the heavy.
But heavy is such like a broad
Label.
term, so like.
I get that, but see, you got to dumb it down for me. See, because I am not.
Hold on, Barney. I
I'm-
got you.
You're right.
I am not like okay. So I was talking with the Dark Halo about this, and I said, when it comes to people who are outside of I'm talking to people who go to shows, who follow metal artists, who like really dive into hard rock metal and all that stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The people outside of the genre looking in, metal is this big ass tent that encompasses all these different subgenres of all these different sorts, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's loud. If you hear screams or growls, it's metal. If you hear, the type of riffs and the heaviness of the drums and the breakdowns, that's metal. Like that's how people characterize it. I'm not saying that coming from a perspective inside of the genre that makes sense. I'm saying as an outsider looking in, that is just what it is. For good, bad, or indifferent. People will group, if it's growls and screams, they're going to group it into like heavy. Mm-hmm. It's a heavy sound. It's not something that, you hear on the pop station. It's just that I don't listen to radio, so I don't know.
I have to be careful on sometimes because I don't believe in genres, but like,
right. I get that.
I have to be careful sometimes when I'm like explaining it because sometimes then I'll just like mansplain people, like I'll just literally be like, well, it is heavy, but and then I go into like 30 rabbit holes, but.
I agree with you when you say like you don't throw things into genres, but I'll just tell you like something like Rise was a perfect song for an intro to a mass amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good introduction song to your sound and who you are and what you do. And some of your songs are I know people that are like ridiculous Will Ramos, fanatics. They know him personally, like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like they go to every single one of the shows that they can catch. They are absolute, like they're down for they absolutely love that type of music. And then I've got people that they'll dip their toes into it a little bit, but if the entirety, like 99%, 80%, 70% of it has growls and screams, they're not going to listen. Mm-hmm. A lot of them love riffs and a lot of them love breakdowns, right? Because, it's just ear candy. It's nice and crunchy. And I love it, but not all of them are going to like want that across the board. Of course, people are fickle and obnoxious, but it just is what it is. So I just love that your EP is going to kind of be a little bit, dynamic in terms of the flex in the music from, this type, more technical to more like a scream growl type to like a little bit more on this side.
Preview of all the songs.
I wrote a hip hop intro.
Oh yeah, there's that one too. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I liked the idea of us coming out with something that is such a broad aspect of the entirety of music in the rock genre, and then turning around and just being like, oh, now we're going to go from the middle and go from this end of the spectrum, and then at some point we're going to go to this end of the spectrum with it, and like just do all that. Like I love that because now when that one comes out, people are going to be like, wait, hold up, what just happened? Like, so. Yeah.
So what's your process? Do you guys are you a collab? Y'all sit in a room and you brainstorm your music. Do the instrumentals come first? Do the lyrics come first? Does it just depend? Do multiple people write? Is one person generally? You see where I'm going with all of this?
Oh yeah. There's a reason we call him.
What's the process? And it can be all over the place.
Ask Cap on now. That's why we call him Captain Hook.
What happens?
All right. So.
It's different because it's brand new though. I mean, what comes in the future is not what was done already.
So
Good.
I'll say this: I was graciously supported by everybody because before I was limited on the kind of like the style and what it was supposed to sound like and stuff like that. But I was graciously supported in challenging myself by writing what I wanted to write first musically, and then Nick incorporated his pieces. He came in about 3 songs from the end. He got here when it was all finished. So like, basically just Nick and I writing, 90% of this, and just being allowed to just be very free with my creativity and what I really wanted to write.
With your dick swinging, you were super free.
Right, exactly. Like,
Some
balls
days I
out.
couldn't even walk in the house.
That's right, buddy. But yeah, no, like I was able to sit and write and be like, how about this and this, and then, our producer, I've actually been friends with him for a little over a decade now. So he taught me what I know a lot of production-wise and helping me while I was in school, and he basically taught me what I know vocally, and everybody pushed me. They're like, hey, this sounds good, but it needs to be fucking amazing. So it's like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board again. And I've never been able to have that kind of cooperation and collaboration and effort that's been put into this. So, going into the studio, like, just, I'm gonna ramble on about that. Anyways, the point is the writing process usually starts, 99% of it starts from my brain, and then I bring it to them, and then it's like, oh, blah, 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 we can do this, we can do that. So I've already started writing some experimental stuff for stuff in the future, but usually some bands there's 3 or 4 writers, and some there's 1. But so I have a degree in audio production. However, that doesn't mean I know everything, right? Like it doesn't, because just because you have a culinary
Damn
degree
it!
doesn't mean you can
I thought I
cook.
struck gold.
Yeah, just because you have a culinary degree doesn't mean
You
you can
did.
cook, right? So, like, Nick's been really good. Nick is very, like, he's an in the box when it comes to, like, a song creation. He's got a certain thing that he does all the time. And,
Good.
but the good thing is like, he'll play a guitar part when I'm sitting there writing, and I'm like, he'll be like, we should add this in there. I'm like, well, let's synthesize that instead. Like, let's add these pads in there. Let's do this or do that. And, just being able to do that. Even the drummer, like even Keith, he's been writing stuff. Like, he's been like, every time I write this, it sounds like I've been writing for another like deathcore band or some shit like that. But, and everybody's like, I could just send Matt like white noise, and he'd be like, sounds great, dude. But no, everyone has really good ideas. Like, because there's some things that I did on the EP, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to incorporate that live every single time at every single show. So, like, being able to like write with them and have them incorporate their ideas is like, it's super awesome.
So do you have like a setup for your music? Let's just say a song that you have a live version and a studio version? Is that like an intent? So when you are performing live, that you have a live version that is similar but not exact, because there's certain things you just can't do live.
I mean, I can do what's on the EP live, but being able to do it like with there's layers they go under a lot of these things, like there's no way you could emulate all of that live 100%. So,
Well, yeah, I get that.
but as far as like, are you asking if we're planning on having anything like that in the future?
No, I guess what my question more is that there are songs that have layers, and sometimes people use backing tracks, and
Yeah.
sometimes they want to play everything purely live, and so they have more of, for lack of a better way to articulate it, more of an acoustic version of the same song that in studio has all of those layers and all of those, different, add-ons and things that you can do in music production that don't necessarily translate live if you're doing it straight band
Oh yeah,
instruments only.
Like,
Does that make more sense?
Everything that you hear, I know what you're asking. Everything that you hear in the EP, like as far as like samples and sounds and synths and stuff like that, that's all going to be on backing tracks. Like,
Okay, well that makes sense.
yeah. So like it just makes it such a more like a fuller and more exciting experience.
I mean, because there's nothing, for lack of a better way to put this, there is absolutely nothing wrong. I don't know anybody that would think there was, but there's nothing wrong with having, a backing track that makes sense. Now, what irritates me, this is the God's honest truth. I understand that people need to be able to take a breath, and that live is a whole different beast. I understand that sometimes, you hear vocals However, they're performing, they're singing, they're rapping, whatever. They're all of their lyrics live. Like that's what most people really want. It's when the people are like, yeah, uh-huh. Like, and you're like, did you like? You're just every sixth word. Now I understand, and that's one thing I saw with when I went to see Falling in Reverse. I saw Ronnie Radke will do part, and then his backup will kind of jump in so that he can kind of back off a little bit, so that he and like especially when he prepares for some of those huge epic parts of his music, and that doesn't bother me whatsoever. In fact, I get to see the other band members kind of flex their muscles a little bit, which you heard XMC saying yesterday that he really wanted to see, that kind of stuff. So I was just curious because, like I said, it really intrigues me because I cannot create music. It's just not a thing for me. I can do stuff with music once it's created, but coming up with the concepts myself is not a thing.
Sometimes when you do that, like, so writing music is like an open world video game, right? That you have control over. So, if you're like, I want to play this guitar part, but the frequencies aren't really lining up. It's like, oh, let me just put a synthesizer up and let me run it through the synthesizer, and then let me put it an octave up so it has the higher frequencies, and then it fits in better, and then you get throw some reverb. I mean, there's so many things you can do with it because you can manipulate it to whatever you want. So, and the great thing about music is when you're recording or tracking or whatever the case may be, like, there's one beautiful button called delete. If you don't like it, fucking hit it, right? Like, just mash that motherfucker.
I do that all the time. Like I play The Sims when you're talking about an open world concept. Like, I bet no, not The Sims, because fuck them. They hate me. They have those angry they don't like me. But anyway, like The Sims, when they get mad at you because apparently like they don't get sleep because they worked for 15 hours, and how is that your fault? Like, and the dishes are stinky, but you didn't put them in the dishwasher. So again, why is that my fault? I already cleaned my own house. But anyway, I digress. The Sims 2000, the original city building. I would build the entire city, and if I ever turned it on, they'd be like, your civilization is not ready for aliens yet. I'm like, delete the whole thing, start fresh. I just wanted to build it. That's all I cared about. I just wanted to build it. And I'm a deleter. I'm an absolute deleter. I'm like, I didn't like that. Boop, it's out.
I'll delete this one.
I'm not gonna do this.
We're about to get control.
That's right. Task manager done.
It used to be okay. So fun fact: I used to do this live every time. Nick, you know this. I did this live every time. It was always live because I'm like, I'm not really big on like editing what people say. The context and the content of what people say, that's not my thing. I can work with things once created, but creating it myself is not a thing. So I ended up doing this non-live because I wanted the opportunity to release it when I felt like it, without having to obligate anybody to look, somebody chatted at you and you have to stop what you're doing in mid-conversation and address it. And to allow it to put you guys in the best light possible. So I can put clips of, music in there. I'm obviously going to put a clip of Rise in there because I'd say this to everybody. If you copyright me, I'm not monetized. I don't care. Feel free. So, that kind of thing so that I can do things to highlight you guys as best I can versus just like, going live and then we never get to what we want to talk about, or maybe something like, look, that wasn't something that really needed to be spoken about. Like sometimes I've had people say, I didn't mean to share that, and I really kind of don't want that necessarily in the universe, and then I have the opportunity to be able to fix that, for their sakes, for anyone's sake.
We're gonna
Does
keep
that
it
make
cooking
sense?
noise for Nick's sake on that.
Are you? Oh, okay. I can add one. I'll go find one. I'll go find one. And every time that I see him looking right at the camera, I want to make it go.
I don't know where to look, man. I'm just.
Look, I'm not looking right at the camera. See, this is me looking at the camera, but then I feel like I'm like. And so I'm looking at my screen. You guys are over here, and I'm here. So I'm looking. You see me looking. I'm trying to look straight. But then I'm like this because I'm looking at you guys. That's why my eyes are all shifty.
Keep looking at Will's beard.
So you guys are going to get physical merch, obviously. So when you're live, you can sell merch because that's a big deal. It's a thing. People go to concerts. They want merch. I mean,
Yep.
obviously. I have like 3 shirts from that concert. Do you have merch out now, like just on the digital space where some people can go
You
buy
just
it?
Go to the website. It's hollowintent.com/store.
Oh,
You can-
well, that's a really easy to remember website.
Yeah.
Link will be down below.
But yeah, you can go to our website. All of our merch is on there.
And so your next release is going to be on May 17th, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, good, because, I mean, I'm ready. Honestly. I'm ready for it. And so you're going to have your album's going to drop in like October.
Yep.
Okay. And that's also when you have some stuff planned that you can't talk about because it's hush hush.
Right. Correct.
Okay. So I got all the timeline lined up. Okay. So which one of you is the coolest?
I wanted to see who was going to answer that.
So did I.
Pretty cool guy.
Half the PBRN.
he said, I'm cool.
Who's the one that's most likely to pick the takeout food when y'all are get together to decide what you're going to order?
Probably me, because
Oh, it is.
I'm a picky motherfucker when it comes to my food.
He's
Like,
always done it so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker can cook too.
Yeah, he'll start together a meal for us. We'll show up and be like, boys, you're eating today. Oh, all right.
We just ate. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, secondary. Go for you.
Yeah.
What setting do you put your treadmill on?
When I go to the gym, I actually run about 5.5. That's usually what I set it on with like a 7% incline.
I ride the bike at level 10. I don't know.
Are you fucking Mario? Just kidding.
Oh, I just thought, I'm so putting that sound. That sounds
You
good.
should do it. Eat
With
the
the-
rice mushroom.
Matt's got
It's gonna happen. You watch. It'll happen.
I just eat mushrooms and forget where I'm at.
Fuck.
That's why you always look like you're staring off into space in the picture.
Look at the camera.
He just goes yonder down to Chattahoochee, so it's cool.
Way down yonder. Way down yonder. Chattanooga. It gets hotter down.
And you guys are fully independent, right?
Yep.
At this point, do you plan on changing that at any point?
I
If you had
mean,
an absolutely deal of a lifetime, your terms, would you do it?
well, I mean, I think anybody would if it was on our terms.
That's sign-on bonus.
The only term that it was not on your terms is that you couldn't be independent. You'd have to be under,
I
some
mean,
type
it
of,
all
let's
just
just
really
say.
depends.
I'm just, this is a hypothetical. This
It
is
just
not
honestly
like,
really depends. Like, do we want to sign something where we get absolutely nothing for an extended period of time? No, because we have lives that we have to live, right? I got
Right.
bills to pay, and we don't want to I want to keep my music. Like, I want to be able to be like, it's mine, right? I
right.
understand the business side of it also at the same time where, you do that and they're paying for your recording, so you have to pay them back, and that's all that does. I understand that completely 100%. But what I don't want to have happen is basically just, I'm an advocate for mental health, and I don't want to be on the road, 8 months out of the year. I don't. So, I don't mind being on the road, but I don't want to be on the road so much that I'm paying for a place I'm not living at, or like our relationships take a decline, or whether it's with each other or personally. Like, mental health is a big thing. I need a break. Everyone else needs a break. If there's any sort of contract that we sign for anybody, like, I will want some sort of clause in there that states that we are deserving of a mental health break of an X period of time based on the scheduling. So,
Right. Well,
but
that makes sense.
but ultimately, it just really depends. We're always open to options and seeing what's out there and entertaining things. We've already had some offers, but they're mostly distribution offers, things that we're already doing ourselves. So, you know, and honestly, like, we're not to toot our own horn, but we're already doing like a ton of things that, you know, we've been fortunate enough to utilize all of our connections and, you know, with management to be able to capitalize on it. We're already doing what these people were offering us at that level.
Right.
So, you know, it's,
If we can pay for it, we will.
yeah. So, you know, we're doing the thing, but if something comes across the table and, you know, we think it's a good idea, then that's what we'll do.
No, I completely understand. I mean, and there's no wrong answer or right answer to that question. It was just curiosity. Like, if someone offered you $16 million to clean their toilet with your tongue, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every day, because I could afford a really good dentist and great mouthwash. Like, don't play with me.
Dental down, you good.
I don't care how people are like, oh my god, that's the most horrible thing. No, it's
He said, I'll buy
not.
the
You
$2
do it too.
phone instead of the $1 phone.
I'll do it for $20.
Yeah.
He said, I'll do it for $20.
$20, man.
And if I don't have to
Every
tell
day,
anyone, I'll
right?
take a lot less. I'll take a lot less if I don't have to tell anybody about it.
No,
Just
yeah.
saying.
That's minimum wage.
A lot of
I mean,
people
there's
do
not
a lot
a-
of things for
Government salary.
$10,000.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, there's no wrong answer. Does that make me a bad person? Oh my god, you're a toilet licker. Sure, whatever. I'm a rich bitch. Fuck off. Like, I don't care.
Bro, 17 million.
Like,
liquid.
you can call me that from down there in your little house
Yup.
while I'm in my mansion.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, I don't care. I'm just saying, it's just a curious question. It's not because of feeling any type of way about anything. I mean, you could have said absolutely not, or you could have said, fuck yeah, if I could.
Obviously,
This
my
first thing that comes
recommendation
across the
is that-
table.
My recommendation that I tell everyone is stay independent as long as you can, if you can. So people, you know, they're fortunate enough to, you know, come across a really good team that gets them into a position where they don't really need any sort of deal.
Brand
They just
new
have
phone.
a really good team. But then,
Yeah.
you know, you have some events where they're, you know, some bands or artists are fortunate enough to, they put it in the work and then, you know, they get what comes out of it. So, like, it goes both ways.
Well, and that's a very key point that I'm sure that everybody should understand. If you don't, then where the hell have you been? You got to put in the work.
Yep.
Like, if you're not willing to do the work yourself, then how in the hell can you expect anyone else to do it for you?
Amen.
Yep.
I mean, like, even like, okay, so there are certain aspects of things that I don't know how to do, or I don't have the skill level, or I'm still learning, right? But I'm willing to put in the work to learn at the quickest pace that I have available to me when it applies to something that I want to do, right? So I'm willing to put in that extra time and that extra work to hone what I'm doing and make it better and get better, consistently improving myself. How could let's say I was to outsource stuff, like, let's say I'm like, for this podcast, I'm going to outsource it. I'm going to have somebody else take care of it. Cool. But only if it's up to specifications that I know, because I'm willing to do the same thing. Anything they can do, I can probably do better. Like, that's how I feel about it.
This sounds.
And if I
good point,
can't,
Melody.
then I haven't learned enough. I have more learning to do.
You're so right.
I didn't hear
though.
what you said.
Mhm.
You're a tree. You gotta keep growing.
Look at you. Such a philosopher. I love it.
I guess.
Way to branch out, man.
I'm gonna take like fallen leaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people underestimate that
That's his joke.
this
He's gonna
world
stick
is
to
a
it.
world of networking. Networking is the most important thing that you can learn how to do, how to communicate, and how to keep relationships and not burn every single bridge that you walk across. And that communication, and it's about who you know. And I don't care what anybody says; it's absolute truth. It's fact.
Oh yeah.
It's who you know.
One thing.
Look, I'll just say this. For anybody that's watching, the music industry is a lot smaller than you think it is. And, you know, I have written songs for people that have used, you know, like the last guy, Nick and I were trying to help a guy with this project. He used Chris Collier for the song that I wrote. Chris Collier produced Korn's last album, and I think he's doing their album now. And, like, just the little things that he changed was like, oh my God, you know. But then my guy Shannon Books, he's actually down there near you in Texas. He's an independent artist. He's done the thing, but he's worked with, John Moyer from Disturbed with his old band, Vetted, and like just being able to like one person, you're 6 people away from knowing everybody. That's the rule. And
Yeah. I mean, everybody is, it really is, it's maybe who it's not like an automatic into something. But when it comes to pulling into your bag of tricks, having people like that can do music production or video production or, things like, give you some input or some insight or put your name out there or find out where a show is going to be, that if you guys, hey, look, we're looking for shows. I wonder who's out there.
you just have to ask.
Yes, thank you. That's what it's all about. You've got to be able to ask. I have been, how many times people ignore me? All the time. Do you know how many times they don't ignore me? More times than they would if I didn't ask in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't ask, you'll never know. Like, I'd rather get told no than to never ask, right? There's been times where I've asked other producers that are just like top tier guys, and I'm like, hey, like, I'd love to do some editing, I'll do it for $100 or I'll do it for free or whatever, put my name on there, because once your name goes on there, if you do good work, they're going to remember you. I mean, like,
Yeah.
But 99% of the time I get shot down or just get left unread. But, like, you don't know unless you do it, right? Like,
True.
It's just,
And a lot of people don't even take that step to even know if they have the ability to do it.
yeah, just because even just sending my files to Chris so he worked on them for this other client, right? I had nothing to do after that process, right? Just nothing to do. And, he just made a few key changes. Just listening to that was like, oh man, I should have done that. Like, that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, yeah, that's it.
No, I get it completely because, I mean, sometimes it's just about I completely believe in the whole building your resume type vibe. I don't know how else to put that. It's not going to articulate properly. Let me try and get it up. So, like, the people that I've worked with and that I've, done things for, worked in collaboration with, that I've interviewed, all of these things, there's some pretty decent, sized people on there, some pretty popular people on there, whatever the case may be. But the people that I've rubbed elbows with, that I work with, that I help out, that makes the list even longer. And then the projects that I work on for certain people that I dive into, that's even longer. Now it's growing and growing and building and building. And it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, if you're not sure about me, which I understand, here's a list of people. Go ask them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of word of mouth. And the music industry, especially the independent side, this is my opinion, is definitely small. A lot of people know each other, and they know each other through just these interactions of people mentioning their name or talking about them or bringing them up to, and reaction channels are a big thing now. People do pay attention. They do care.
Oh,
That's how they hear about new people. And have you guys ever been on a reaction channel before? No? It's kind of fun.
We have now.
Yeah.
We've
A
been
couple.
on like 5 in the last week or so. 4 or 5.
4 or 5, I can't remember. I've lost count.
Yeah, because you hooked us up. I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that I literally, poor Nick is like, because I'm one of those, I'm like, in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. He'll put it in the chat, and he's like, here's the link, and I'm like, what
And I
is
was
this
like,
for?
dude, let's go.
He's like, it's a live reaction. I'm like, cool.
I'm out there in the yard.
Oh, shit, it's now.
I gotta go into the house.
To everybody that has seen it, like I told you, I always tell people, I'm like, dude, this is the one. This is it. Like,
I mean, we felt
I've had
that way.
people-
It's great to have confirmation.
Yeah, even if I'm a demon, that's cool. Like,
truth, yeah. Yeah,
I was like,
he's,
what?
if you,
No, man, he's straight demon.
I know. He didn't even want
like-
me to talk. He's like, you, no. Everyone else, answer. It's like, all right.
usually he ends up, if he streams on a Sunday, for some reason people bring all of like the growls and the screams and stuff like that, like, and he's just like like, where's my holy water? Like, it's like a whole joke. So
Especially
I
with
think
the way
people
that they're layered in like these songs, like like the highs and the lows and the mids, they're all layered in there like that, so it sounds very demonic-ish.
Well, he kept saying demonic. I always affiliate like demonic with the lower register and like the goblin with the higher register.
That's cool.
Like a screech versus a growl. You know what I mean? Like that's just not a screech like a. I mean, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Like I said, I know what I'm trying to say. I just don't always say the right words. I don't articulate. Like I know what I'm saying. No, I don't even fucking know.
Clown core.
Oh man.
That's a thing.
It is a thing, yeah.
I've learned. Didn't know that, but that's a thing. I don't understand. Is it because? Okay, so is clowncore like an aesthetic or is it a sound?
Yes.
That's a good answer, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think clowns and I think like like noses squeaking and like horns and stuff and bicycles like unicycles. So I'm
the Simpsons band where it's the neighbor.
There's one video of a whole bunch of clowns in a porta potty, and it's called Clowncore.
That's why it says two guys, isn't it?
It's two guys.
So would that be technically twisted metal?
Damn right.
Yeah, they're in the car.
Love that game.
They're in the minivan.
That was a good game.
Bring it
I
back.
love that. It's coming
I
back.
had it. I
Yeah.
had it at the house, the old one.
Oh, it's going down now.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, and the PlayStation, old PlayStation. I have that, and I know how to put it in God mode, but in it.
Is that how to put it in God mode?
It's not as fun then.
X, X, triangle, X, square.
It's like, oh, I do that
It's
when I'm writing.
really easy.
You know?
It was like all the top buttons like 4 times or something. I was like, why did I never figure this out as a kid?
How would you? I was born in 2003, man.
Really, dude?
Jesus, bro.
What?
Man, y'all made me feel
He's
old,
kidding,
bro.
dude. I was about to
I had
say.
somebody say, like, man, I wasn't born that year, and I was like,
My
well, now you're
son was
joking.
born in
yeah.
2003.
Now I'm from 94.
Oh, thank
My
God.
son was born in 2003. You can't
He is young.
say that. I was like,
Damn, bro, is there something you're not telling
Fake it till you make it, man.
me?
You're actually my
That's what she
dad.
said.
I'm an early bloomer.
That's what she said.
We can keep going all day, man.
I did go to ECU a long time ago.
Was that when, like, I was a kid?
No, but like, well, you might be your dad.
I was back when they were in East Carolina and West Carolina.
Yo, Matt was a
That's
like Matt's. I think you're the oldest one here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like his Christmas was the first Christmas. So.
No, it wasn't on December 25th that time. It was when Jesus was actually born.
I was there that
Summer.
night. I was there that night.
No.
I take down my hair. People call me Jesus.
You said no to the end.
Long
man.
beard, long
Yeah,
hair.
he brought the incense, except for us.
I do bring the incense.
His wife calls him Hun because he is one.
He turned him away from the end. Said, "Oh, go sleep in a manger."
I don't even have to make weird jokes. I don't even have to make the jokes.
You
They
gotta
got
stay on
it.
your toes with these boys.
Huh?
She
Gotta
said you
hold
gotta
your
stay on
own.
your toes.
I didn't have a dog. I had a manger.
I barely know a manger. I barely know her.
All right,
We're done.
right.
Come on now, get Cat back on the ball.
Yeah.
I just lost my train of thought. Like it just left the station, went down the road, and like. It's gone. Speaking of, is there anything out there that if anyone could know about you guys, whether it's individually or as a group, that no one ever thinks to ask? What would it be? If there's something you want people to know.
I hate leaving my clothes in the dryer. It pisses me off.
I feel like he's been holding out.
That's my fucking neuroticism right there. Like when you can't. No, there's two things that really get on my nerves. Leaving my when I never. Shut the fuck up.
Interesting.
I will never wash my clothes unless I know I can get them out of the dryer right when it's done because I don't like the wrinkles.
They look like this.
Number two.
You just put it back in the dryer.
No, it
Like,
doesn't work that way.
Electricity. He's green.
And damn it, I forgot my other one. What was it?
No, clothes with wrinkles on them. And the other pet peeve.
Snooze. I can't stand snoozers. Like
10 extra minutes.
it's like
It's like 9 now.
if you're gonna wake
Oh,
up,
yeah.
if you're gonna wake
I
up,
don't
wake
either.
up, right?
Yeah.
Like, make a decision, then go back to sleep, or just get up. Like,
I started doing that
Weak
because of you. I
Yeah.
stopped snoozing.
Yeah.
Weak
I
people.
mean, 10 minutes is.
like it's not enough time.
Life.
It's not even enough time to go back to sleep.
It ain't
Like,
gonna change your life.
just
no.
get up.
Let me show you the way.
Every morning when I,
I will show you. That is
Like,
plenty of time.
No, 4:30, bam,
every
I'm up and out of bed,
every
ready to
morning
go.
when I get
Like,
up, if I go to hit snooze, it's Will yelling at me in my head.
What do you hit snooze? What do you're weak.
I remember when he stopped doing it so he could go to the gym in the morning.
mhm.
Every single clock or alarm in my house that I have set on my phone is at a 7. The last number is a 7. Every single one.
I used to do
Yeah,
that.
work for
You
that.
know why? Because
If I don't do that, I know I don't think I'll wake up. Like I'm paranoid. I'm absolutely hands down paranoid about it.
You do things.
And I don't use snooze either. But I get up by 3, so
I
you know.
page on the 7th minute of whatever. So,
What about you, Nick? What's,
I don't know.
you don't know anything about yourself that people wouldn't really know?
Oh, is that what we're telling?
Or that you want to share something about you that you think is pretty cool or interesting, or they can answer for you if you really want that.
Nick's the only person
Yeah.
I know that goes to the dentist for a haircut. Just kidding.
I was like, I really want the story to that one.
He's fixing our van.
Yeah.
That's but I guess people know that about him because he works at a shop. So never mind.
Turn the camera off.
Got him.
Matt's babbling. Don't let me talk. They said they were gonna cut the camera off on me.
I hate seeing my legs on camera.
So there you go.
My knees.
Me too.
Yes, keep
Me
going.
too. My legs are down there and they stay down there. I don't stand
That's
up
why in
on
any of my
camera.
videos you never see my legs.
His knee looks like a
all
an
my
ultrasound.
guitar-
I mean, we see your legs in the video.
Yeah,
Well, you
but-
can't. What if I do that?
They're just in the pants.
Yeah, but you can't see my legs.
Can't see your bare legs.
Covered up.
Bare legs.
That's why all my
Right?
guitar covers everything I do online. You don't see my legs.
Guitar, cover your legs.
I didn't even know that there's a song called Your Legs. So how do you cover your legs?
My pants.
Yeah.
I think it was Bob.
New cover by Hollow Intent.
Cat.
Your legs. We're covering him.
Get those
Oh
knees
yeah,
start looking like
it
an
was the
ultrasound.
Blue Jean Band that wrote that one.
Blue jeans.
What about you?
He's Jim Hatfield's
I mean,
dad.
I'm one of his like long lost children or something. I don't know.
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Wayne
Static. I don't know. We all work and have stuff that we're doing full time, and we're still doing this, and so there's not a lot of just spare dick around time that we seem to have.
Yeah, this is like the first time. Like,
This is the dick around time.
Yeah, this is like, yeah.
It was just practice time.
Yeah.
Keith makes movies.
Of all people, I completely understand that. Of all people, I promise you, I understand that. I work a full-time job, single mom. I'm actually starting tomorrow. I'm going to start working 8 days in a row for like 12 to 14 hours a day.
Yep.
Like it starts every month, the first of the month through the 8th of the month, every single month. Saturday, Sunday doesn't matter, no days off. And then I do, I help manage 5 channels, 5 different YouTube channels, including my own. And then as well as, do the editing and gaming content and all of this. So spare time is not a thing. It just isn't. And then I spend time with my kid, and my cat. My cat's really needy.
You just got one?
Yeah, he has his own Instagram.
Oh, Pimp, I'll have to check it out.
Jesus.
He does,
Cat guy,
because
got
he's a
four.
brat.
He said pimp on.
I mean, I'll check out her cats.
Actually, Matt's got this really cool cat named Tubby.
Well, his name's
Aw.
Zero Fucks Gibbons because he's a tux. He's a black tuxedo. And he
Aw.
doesn't care. So we named Zero Tux Gibbons.
He weighs as much as a
He's a
bowling
big
ball.
fat boy,
Grab
but
his
he,
belly, or it don't matter.
yeah, he's like a dog. He's the weirdest
Grab
cat.
his feet. You don't care.
He's
Beautiful
not,
dog.
I just see if mine was behind me, because he's usually sitting back there when I'm working.
He's huge.
I don't know.
So is there anything else that you want people to know or that you want to talk about before we end this here?
Do
Is
I
there
not start?
anything that you want to say, that you want to do, that you want to address, that you want to...
I'm not allowed to say it.
Calm down, Nick. So.
See,
It's
it's
just his
a
knees, it's
legit
just
brotherhood,
knees.
though, man. Like, this
Still
is a
won't-
good group.
Still won't see my knees.
You don't see this in a lot of
Whoa!
I need to meet Nick.
I hate you so much.
It's just gonna be a knee.
We are the knights who say knee.
A knee being like this,
Be captivated.
Oh,
and then there'd be a knee over there.
he's gonna be too
That's how
busy
that's gonna
busting
look.
caps all day.
You see how he writes the songs?
Yeah.
It's just
Thank you
organic.
for putting up with this, Cam. Thank you for putting up with this.
We don't want him to get into a rap game.
I feel like you're enjoying your time.
I'll just say if there's anything I'm gonna tell, like, am I talking like to musicians? Like, who am I talking to here? Tell me. You asked me to say what I wanted to say, but like I could say a million things.
You can say something to the general masses, people that have no idea who you are, people that are musicians, people that you would collab with in the future. You can say it to anybody you want. It is your opportunity.
All those people need it.
Yeah, they all need to hear all the insight.
I'm not saying it. I want to so bad, though.
He's about to explode over here. He wants to talk about Bitcoin.
I just say buy it before
There
I'm.
You got 3 seconds. 1,
Nope.
I never even heard of
Buy Bitcoin.
3. 3 minutes.
that. What's Bitcoin?
Shut up.
I'm an early adopter, and you should just buy some.
No, I'm just
They've
saying,
done it
like,
for years.
if you're a fan, you can check us out. We are on every single platform, TikTok, everything, Spotify, YouTube, everything. If you're a musician, we're always down to. I don't mind spending my time if you ask me a question, but if you don't apply yourself, then I won't waste my time on you. So, I don't have a problem with it. I have a group of people that we're constantly sharing stuff back and forth. So, ask me a question, I'm an open book, but if you don't spend your time wisely, then I won't do it either. But, and then if you're just trying to do something as a musician, like, it's never too late to do anything. So, just go do
Let
the
my
thing.
old ass do it.
But you have to put in the time to research on how this stuff works. So, that's all I'll say. Because I have 20 soapboxes, I can get on with that, but I won't. Alright, so I have to play this game because I always do it, and it's always fun to see people's reaction. And it just interests me. So, how old do you think I am?
30s?
Damn.
Like
Okay.
what, the 1930s?
Yeah, but like.
This motherfucker over here.
What year model is he?
We're going to find a
No, I was going to say like 36, 37, maybe.
Ooh, right on the dot.
Damn.
37.
Saying. And me?
I can't see you right now. 107, most likely.
Fuck.
That can't be real though.
Not really. I'm trying to think. I would think.
It's physically possible.
Yeah, this just can't be real. I
I
can't make it.
I think she's joking, man. That's not right.
I didn't make it that long.
This motherfucker.
Be like, oh, almost got it. Sorry. No, honestly, and I'm the worst person at guessing ages. I really suck at it. I don't know. I would say like, only because of what I've heard you guys say. I would say like 42.
Oh, maybe.
What?
You nailed it.
Did I really?
Wait, so if you're
Or are you just bullshitting me? You're just making me feel better.
No, you did. You nailed it. I don't
Well,
tell
Nick
people
did.
that though. Most people don't know.
You're 2 for 2. How old is
Yeah.
this guy?
And this guy?
Oh, he's gonna be in his 30s. 35, 36?
Okay, I'm 33.
I'm close. I was close.
Damn, Nick.
Well, and now you gotta give us James Hetfield.
I was trying to remember how old I was, and now I remember it.
Well, he's 20 because he said he was born in 2003.
No, I was joking.
But okay, so then you're 30
Almost.
because you said you were born in 1994. So I already knew that.
Birthday.
Aww.
September.
September.
September what?
I listen. You know, it's kind of my thing.
You already gave the answer. I shouldn't have
He
said
did.
I was old.
Good morning.
Well, that's how I knew you were older. Like, you know, instead of everybody being like within a 3-year range or whatever.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
I can
new
ask you. I don't
year.
care if you guys know how old I am. I mean, it's pretty obvious how old I am. So.
I think for the odd numbers here, it's seriously like a group of brothers. It's insane.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't know how my old ass gets along with them so well, but it happens.
You see us fucking around. Yeah.
I mean, we just gotta make sure Grandpa gets across the street. So.
Okay, Boomer.
Let me hobble over here, boys.
These young whippersnappers took the tennis
I gotta
ball
get the base.
off the bottom of my walker.
Cat, you've done a great job putting up with us.
Yeah.
Dude, all of my best friends are guys.
That's insane.
All of them.
Well, dickheads though.
So is Nick the exception?
Come on, I love him to pieces. He has been.
Turn the camera off.
See,
He's
Nick,
been
Nick
awesome
and I
to
have
me.
known each other for like what, 10 years?
Yeah,
something like
too
that.
long.
So
I remember you when
He's
your beard
just-
was brown.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll just say
I
this
grow
about
one.
Nick. He has always been supportive and open to, like, you know, having a conversation and very respectful, straightforward, friendly, like
That's
all the things when it comes to talking to somebody that's really cool, you know. And at any point we can pick up a conversation right where we left off, and it's no big deal. Like, you know, and those are the good people.
Yep.
Like, you know, like, oh my God, you didn't respond to me like in like 3 minutes. How could you? Like that. I don't do that. But those are
How's it
like
going?
people that you people that you
More
fuck
time
with
measure?
are people that no matter how long it's been, you can just kind of pick up and go right back where you were. Like when it comes to just, you know,
Yeah.
being on the same level. When it comes to being friendly and stuff, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But he's been really cool to me. And I'm super glad that I know him because otherwise I wouldn't know you guys, obviously.
Good. Then he can stay in the band, so that's good.
We need him anyway.
You passed.
No, we need him.
You're welcome.
No, he's good.
I don't think.
What if I'd said the wrong answer? Would you have been kicked out? Would you have done that at least on camera?
I've done it before. I mean, like, it's easy to find another drummer. So.
Fuck.
I mean, I only know a few more, so.
That's right. I didn't have to do
It's
shit.
easy.
But Matt, yo.
He was the best one out of the options, though, guys.
Y'all shall not track me.
That's funny.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for taking some of your fuck around time and hanging out with me instead.
Thank you.
You know,
Kat.
instead of just, you know, kicking
Thank
back
you.
and having a good time, you sat here and let me ask you stupid questions. And play stupid games and win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Nobody want
we'll send you a prize.
Nobody want a prize.
We're sending you a prize. It's
Yeah,
coming.
we'll send you some stuff.
Oh, I'm the host. I'm supposed to provide prizes.
Oh,
Congratulations,
well,
you're blessed.
It's-
There you
you're
go.
already helping us.
She
out.
said you're blessed. What the
Hey,
fuck?
There
we'll
you go.
take it. Kat, you're awesome.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
thank you for having us.
And everything else.
No, I
you've done.
appreciate you.
Mhm.
I appreciate you guys being here. It means the world to me. And
Well, getting
you
us
know-
all those shows has been awesome.
Yeah.
And this. This is the first
Well,
time
I
we
mean,
did
I
our
love-
podcast, right, boys?
Yeah.
There you go.
Together. Yes.
I mean, you've been on. I'm talking about us three. I looked at them. He's been doing this a long time.
I'm not that fucking old.
No, but you've been doing
I know, I'm
Hollow
just
Tent
kidding.
for a long time.
I'm older than you, so
Yeah.
I'm not older
You're all
than
young.
you.
No,
I'm
you
older
are,
than
you. Are.
you.
You are. I am. I'm born in '95 too.
What was that?
Yeah. Okay.
Delivered him.
Here's the baby. Yeah.
Ooh, I see red. I believe he's a nephew.
It's a boy. Bruh.
It's like we just went to like we went to a revival.
Prayers.
She just went to revival.
Don't forget your son.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got a kid now. Fuck.
You guys are great. No, I appreciate it.
Don't forget my son. Give birth and I see real. She's got to stop because we're doing it. We're gonna give her audio claims again.
That's a big one. Metallica's like Disney, man. That's a
Yeah.
big one.
Your dad's gonna come for us.
You don't know me. You don't know me.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Daddy,
so funny.
no.
That was that one Russian
Oh,
name, though.
he's just gonna ride it like
That was when they were in Russia.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Oh, that was a good Pantera show, though. That one was crazy.
All right. Well, thank you for having us. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we gotta
so
go.
much.
No, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being here and sharing some insight and some stuff about you guys. I'm going to put everything down below in the description. There's going to be all kinds of links. I'm going to be putting clips of those songs. No, but I really do appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what you guys say next. Or not say next, but like the next song that you drop, which is on the 17th.
You kind of
I'm trying to be serious for
I
2
know.
seconds. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you again for coming. I'm going to end this here, and honestly, I will be looking forward to the next things that you guys release. I will definitely be pushing it and, sharing it with everybody that I can. I know that you have some new eyes on you. Hopefully from some of the reactions, that you guys were a part of, I'm hoping that you got a little bit of traction from that. Maybe a couple more eyes, a couple more spins and stuff like that. I'm hoping. If not, it'll build because people hear your sound, put your name out there, get people to, check you out. People love to support artists that they like the sound of and don't know, and that they fuck with. So I'm definitely going to try and get your name out there a little bit, especially with this next drop. And
Uh-oh. Thank you.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We appreciate it. Really. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. Like, I'm literally going to probably go smoke a cigarette and then go sit on my couch and do absolutely nothing.
All right. It was great being here. Thank you so much for having us.
I appreciate you guys. Hit me up anytime if you guys need anything, or if you have something coming out that you want me to try and push, or if you want me to try and, if you need a clip or copy or whatever, just let me know. I'm happy to help. Whatever I can do.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You guys have a good night. I'm out.
You
All
too.
right.
Bye, everybody who's
Later.
watching. If you're still watching, if I didn't edit this out, who fucking knows? I might have done all kinds of things. There might be rubber ducks everywhere.
Ah! Good night,
You
Kat.
don't know. Have a good night, you guys.
Later.